And to discuss more on AI regulations, Andy Mok joins us. He's a senior research fellow at the Center for China and Globalization. Andy, I don't even know where to start. How can you even begin to regulate AI? Can it be done, do you think?
Well, this is a really complex and important topic, Elaine. I think that the answer is it must be. And we need to start, as we heard with this piece, with some of the most visible challenges, which is generative AI being used for many applications, from creating new content, whether that's text, audio, or video, and making sure that people are not misled, that it is fair, it is transparent. So I think that's one area that there's a lot of interest and demand for. There's a second area that may be a little bit more challenging, and that is the weaponization, the quote-unquote weaponization of AI, because we know that generative AI applications like ChatGPT can do more than just create text. They can solve important problems like write software code, even decode protein, as AlphaFold has done, which can lead to the creation of new chemicals, new life forms that could be put to dangerous uses. So that's very important as well, that I think we'll be seeing more of in the near future in terms of the need for regulation or a discussion about how this should be regulated.
Andy, how widespread is AI in China right now? On one hand, we see it being used in manufacturing, medicine, even farming, but then there's the generative AI part, and it's exploding so quickly. What do you make of some of these proposed policies that China is coming up with to regulate AI? Is that just the beginning here?
I think it absolutely is the beginning. And what's ironic is that Sam Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI, the company that developed ChatGPT, has said in an interview that in an ideal world, government would be taking the lead in developing regulations and a framework for the safe development of generative AI. But unfortunately, in the US, this is just not possible. So we see China as uniquely positioned to address these issues, and we've seen this in the past as well. Look at the rise of social media. Once upon a time, Bill Clinton said that China was trying to nail Jell-O to the wall, and it turned out that not only was this possible, but it was absolutely necessary to prevent the disinformation that has come from social media. So I think China is well positioned to do this. China also has hidden strengths in the technology of generative AI. This is called reinforcement learning with human feedback, and the human feedback is vital. And this is an area that I think China has important strengths in as well that haven't been fully recognized yet.
Right, there's the moral part of this. How possible would it be for countries to even work together when it comes to regulations and laws? Every country will do its own thing. Do you think it would be difficult to get everyone on the same page? Will we see different rules in different countries?
Well, some have made the comparison to nuclear arms control in that countries were able to work together. Now, AI is different in that it's much harder to verify advances, specifically in the military sphere. So there are challenges, but I think certainly the ability to work together either or ideally through a multilateral framework, whether that's a new organization or under the auspices of an existing one like the United Nations, certainly would be very, very valuable.
All right, always great to get your take on these matters. Andy Mok in Beijing, thank you for joining us.